Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today I want to start a new video series where I talk about my opinion on different topics, and today I will be talking about why I think BAM, short for Badminton Association of Malaysia, is in my opinion incompetent. The Badminton Association of Malaysia, in short BAM, which I will refer to the association with because of obvious reasons, has a long history of letting good coaches go. For example, the current head coach from Japan, Park Yongbong, was once a coach from Malaysia. Park Yongbong led Team Japan to its first historic ever Thomas Cup victory. He coached Malaysia from 2000 to 2003. And guess what? BAM let him go. His target as a Malaysian head coach back then was to win the Thomas Cup, to win the Olympics in 2000 in Sydney, and to win the World Championships in 2001 in Seville. However, he failed to fulfill those goals. In 2003, he left the BAM, blaming the lack of authority given him to carry out his plans. And now, Japan became a powerhouse with the help of Park Yongbong. And when you think about it, Team Japan with Kento Momota and Co. and Okuhara and so on did not become a powerhouse overnight. It took a decade to get where they are now. So when you think about it, 3 years of not performing, of not fulfilling his targets, Park Yongbong didn't really fail. Like, BAM failed to see in him the coach who can lead Badminton Association of Malaysia to victory. They failed in him to see his drive, his knowledge. They failed to see in him a good coach which can polish those young players and nurture their talents to deliver gold medals in important tournaments. In my opinion, BAM thinks way too short term. They see for 1, 2, 3 years, okay, coach doesn't deliver, BAM, let's kick him out. No matter the backstory. Park Yongbong said what he needed to deliver those goals. He left BAM blaming the lack of authority given to him to carry out his plans. So why don't give him the authority? You know, he says, I need this and this and this, and I make your players Olympic gold medal players who have the strengths and the level to do that. And you're like, should I give it to him? No, let's fire this dude. He doesn't deliver. Just to get kicked over a decade later at 2014 Thomas Cup, kicked the ass from the head coach you fired in 2003. Malaysia could have won the Thomas Cup gold in 2014 if they would have kept Park Yongbong. Park Yongbong was one of the main reasons why Japan managed to win the 2014 Thomas Cup. However, BAM had the chance to get the services of Park Yongbong again, this time as the director of coaching. However, BAM did not pursue him, and Park Yongbong decided to stay with the Nippon Badminton Association of Japan. A fatal mistake from BAM. And the rest is history. Japan's decision to keep him led to their historic Thomas Cup victory, led to Kento Momota now winning multiple World Championship golds, and also to the 2016 Olympic gold from the Japanese women's doubles. Japan became a powerful over a decade later, boasting strong players in all 5 disciplines. But BAM, the coach was bad, right? Let's fire him. Good decision. Another example of the incompetence is the Malaysian coach from the club Nusa Masuri named Namft Isuan Aparim, who was coaching 19-year-old Kento Momota, who back then, in 2014, beat Chong Wei Feng in the historic Thomas Cup victory win against Malaysia. Why did BAM not use such good coaches and hire them for their players? It was a Malaysian coach in your own country, but you are not noticing him and letting him do his own thing and coaching then a key player who beat your own player from your own country to win the Thomas Cup. If they would have hired the coach who then went on to coach Kento Momota, they could have won the Thomas Cup. Like, Kento Momota literally beat Chong Wei Feng to win the Thomas Cup. It's not really a problem of having lack of talents. Malaysia every year produces multiple talented players, but their lack of competence to hire good coaches to nurture these talents is a problem. And also their lack of patience. Once a coach does not perform for 1 or 2, 3 years, they kick him out, even though long term he might might be the perfect match for Malaysia. You can't expect a trash player to become an Olympic champion in 2-3 years. He needs 5, 6, maybe even 10 years to reach a world-class level who can beat everyone. It takes time. Kent Momota wasn't dominant when he was 17, 18. He's dominant now that he's in his mid-20s. The list goes on with Morten Frost from Denmark, who also left BAM. And now almost Coach Henderan left BAM as well. But luckily this time they were in their right mind and talked to him and convinced him to stay. And 1 month later, Coach Henderan with Lee Si-ja together delivered and they won the All England title. Even though after the underperformance in Thailand, the pressure was so high on Coach Henderan and Lee Si-ja that Coach Henderan gave BAM his resignation later, like, here, please, I wanna leave. And then they talked to him and convinced him to stay. That was their first time in the history where they showed a little bit competence. They saw, okay, Coach Henderan was part of Lee Chong-wei's success. He was a coach of Lee Chong-wei's. He is a good coach, and this time they decided to not let him go, which was the right decision considering that 1 month later they delivered the All England title. The first Malaysian to win the All England title after Lee Chong-wei. I think you get my point, right? BAM did not use all the good coaches they already had, but instead they discarded them like trash. And now all the coaches they discarded like trash are now coaching other teams successfully. Who would have thought good coaches produce good players? Who would have thought? When a coach like Park Yongbong asks for more control over his training group and says that otherwise he leaves, then give it to him. Give him more authority. Don't let politics get in the way of producing good players. Who cares about who has the powers? Politics don't win medals. The coaches and the players do. Japan trusted Park Yongbong. See where they are now. Look at their results. Look at their success. Just trust good coaches. Let them do their job and don't get politics in the way. And stay patient. Don't expect Olympic champions to come out every 1 or 2 years. That's not realistic, especially when you never delivered a Malaysian gold medalist. BAM's lack of success is not because of the lack of talents. There have been plenty of young talents in the past. It's because they keep switching their coaches like panties, literally. Oh, this coach didn't deliver a gold medal in 1 or 2 years. Let's discard him. Let's take this coach.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Oh, today I'm gonna choose you. It's just like as if they're playing Pokemon, huh? Today I choose Morten Frost, now Park Yongbong. Who am I gonna choose today? Let's kick him out. Let's kick them out. It's not a freaking game. You need patience. Stop switching coaches like you switch your panties every day. Stop switching coaches like your underwear, okay? Stop switching them like your underwear. Polishing a player takes time. How do you expect a player ranked in 300 to be world #1 in the next 2 years? It takes time. Give him 3 years, give him 5 years. Don't kick him out before that. Look at Lee Chong-wei, now considered one of the greatest players of all time, didn't really deliver until his mid-20s. That's when he became a very good player. He wasn't really successful before then. Imagine if they would have discarded Lee Chong-wei just like they discarded the other coaches after Lee Chong-wei only won 1 minor title. After all, Lee picked up only 1 minor title during the 2002 and 2003 season. So that's why here comes my second point, why in my opinion BAM is incompetent, which is kicking underperforming players out way too quick. And no, they're not kicking underperforming players out every 6 years or so. They are literally kicking them out possibly every year. Every year they reassess the level and evaluate if they should keep you or not. It's important to evaluate a player's level, but in my opinion, if a player is underperforming, why not keep him in the training group but not send him to tournaments? Send the performing players to tournaments and don't kick them out. They're still good players who can contribute to the performance of your key players. Like your top players need players to do sparring with, right? Why kick them out? And maybe with the sparring with the top players in your training group who are performing on international stage and are delivering good results, then the underperforming players might rise with them instead of kicking them out. If a player underperforms, don't kick him out. Lee Chong-wei was not performing until his mid-20s. Let that sink in your head. And now look at the history of BAM kicking out players regularly. When you think about it, players could be at the brink of a breakthrough where they finally deliver a good result and now they're kicked out. Now they can't deliver. I would understand if they kick out players every 4 years who aren't performing. But every year? That's a bit too regularly if you ask me. Take Indonesia as a positive example. Ginting and Christie weren't performing for a couple of years. They weren't at their top level as they were now. Now, did Indonesia kick them out? No. They believed in them, worked on their mistakes, worked on the weaknesses of the players instead of kicking them out, trying to polish them, as now Ginting and Christie are performing well. Christie even won the Asian Games gold medal. They decided to improve their players, not to kick them out, to work on them. And I just wished Malaysia would do that. Please. Stop kicking out your players. Work on their weaknesses. Give them their time. Give them their 3-4 years. When they didn't perform in 4 years, okay, kick them out. But not every year. Don't evaluate every year if a player should be kicked out. You can evaluate every year if a player should be sent to tournaments, so that you don't waste money on him. But kicking them out? Bad choice. If BAM would stop wasting young talents by kicking them out early, I'm sure they would deliver better results in Olympics and World Championships. I'm so sure of that. And we would have more talented Malaysian players coming forward in the top world rankings instead of only one. Just like Lee Jar as of now. We had Lee Chong-wei, only one, now Lee Jar. Why not 3, 4, 5? That would be much better, right? It's so much easier to keep talented young players and polish their talents instead of kicking them out and always searching for new ones. Like, if you don't kick them out, you don't need to search for new ones, you already have the talents. That doesn't go in my head why they are not doing that. With that being said, that is why BAM is incompetent in my opinion. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Feedback is appreciated. What do you think about BAM? Do you think they're incompetent? Do you think they're competent? Why are they competent? What do you think they could improve? What are they doing well? Really interested and curious to hear your opinion. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, consider giving me a like and subscribing to my channel, and I see you guys in the next video.